You are listening to the Cambridge Insider Podcast. In this episode, hosts Mariah and Stephen announce Cambridge's new recruitment strategy for higher education called Global College Connect. They will discuss what Global College Connect is and how it benefits our other partner schools. Thanks for listening.
Cambridge Insider Podcast time. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Cambridge Insider Podcast. As always, my co-host, Mariah Thompson. How are you?
I am doing well. Just excited for this next week, but pretty well.
Excellent. The wheels at the Cambridge Network cog are turning. The Cambridge machine is moving forward as we hit the summer. A lot of exciting things that are happening. A lot of our students that are graduating and students that hopefully we hope will be able to go home. And just at the top of this, this episode, great to mention that some good news coming out of China is that the Chinese government has announced that they will lift their COVID testing restrictions on travelers to China starting on Friday, I believe, the 20th of, is that the 20th of May? Yeah, the 20th of May. So, according to the Chinese government, they will cancel the 7-day departure city COVID testing before boarding, the requirement of self-monitoring in the departure city for 7 days is encouraged but not required, and all passengers, whether vaccinated or not, will only be required to provide 2 testing results within 48 hours and 24 hours before departure. So a lot of good news that in terms of we have a lot of students in the US that would want to go home. We also have students, in China that would want to be able to come. And anytime we can have increased student mobility in this time of COVID, it's good news for students and families, and it's good news for schools that are looking to recruit. Then moving on, getting to the actual topic of this week's podcast or this month's podcast, we're going to be talking Global College Connect, also known as GCC, Global College Connect, which is a brand new initiative that we've just launched at the Cambridge Network. I'm specifically very excited that Mariah is here. She is the director of marketing, and she has a lot of expertise that I simply just do not have. So I'm going to run through a little bit about what Global College Connect or GCC is, and Mariah will be adding in and giving us a little couple of tidbits here and there that give us a little bit more information and insight into exactly what Global College Connect is. But on a basic level, and Mariah, correct me if I'm wrong, we've at Cambridge Network seen the success, seen the necessity of a product like Cambridge Enhanced Marketing, and that so much of student recruitment and brand building for schools that are looking to attract international students has come through those digital avenues. That is the present and the future of the F1 high school, K through 12 high school international recruitment. And we've basically taken that initiative and moved it into the college arena. Anything you want to sort of add there off the top of your head?
Yeah, I think that with our company and then where the world is heading and what our students are wanting more and more of, this is not only a good thing for us, but it's a good thing for our high school students that are currently in and the ones that we're going to recruit. Just seems like a no-brainer for us to head in this direction. So it's a really exciting time for all of us.
Absolutely, and we've been slowly but surely rolling this out to colleges. We've had a lot of interest already from colleges that are saying this is not only an excellent idea and an excellent product, but the fact that you have 12, 13 years of experience in international marketing, international recruitment. We bring all of that expertise with us. Is something that's been really well received. So let's go into a little bit more detail about what Global College Connect or GCC really is. It's formulated or based on 3 pillars. That's the way I like to look at it. The first of those pillars being search engine optimization, SEO. Mariah, I could give a very basic explanation of what that is, but I feel like your basic explanation would be better than mine. So what is SEO? What is search engine optimization?
Well, SEO basic is just like whatever you're typing in Google. That is search engine optimization. It is tracking and analyzing what the top searches are and how you can utilize that for your advantage in your marketing, how you put that in if you're doing blog posts or you have social media posts that trigger Google. Anything like that, we want to zero in on that and make sure you're putting the best content forward. So we help you out with that. Just so whatever anyone the world is searching, we're going to have it the best for you.
Excellent. I absolutely love it. I gave an example. I was chatting to a college yesterday, and I basically said to them, we want to make sure that when you send out an email, when you send out a blog post, when you have a podcast, that you are saying the right things so that people don't turn off, so that people actually open the article, so that people go, wow, this is exciting. I want to hear more.
Yes.
So our SEO offering is really, not only identifying what are those terms, what are those phrases that will optimize, your content and make you more visible, but also helping you create and edit your content to make sure that we include those terms and phrases. Very exciting. Something that's I suppose a little bit new in terms of the CEM offering, but something that we do have a lot of experience on the back end that people don't always see, and our marketing team's been doing a great job on the SEO. So the second part of this, or the second pillar, I said from at the outset, there were 3 pillars, the first being the SEO. The second pillar would be digital marketing. Now, Mariah, in my mind, and I think you gave this to me a couple of weeks ago, but this is social media. Is that the right way to look at digital marketing?
Yeah, a majority of it is social media. And because it's international, it's not just here in the US side where we're used to like personally using social media. We know what we like. It gets a little different and tricky when you're entering into different countries and different parts of the world. So with our team, we know around the world what social media platforms are being used. So we use that to our advantage, and we make sure we're putting out the best content on the best platforms, which takes some time and effort, but we already know it. So we're able to plug it in right on those platforms. We have expertise in all of those areas. So it's just another way for us to help you get your name out there.
Love it. Absolutely love it. 2 things that I want to mention about digital marketing and about the social media stuff as well is, firstly, a part of our optimization that we mentioned as the first pillar is going to help our content that we put out on these social media platforms to make sure that that content is trending, to make sure that that content catches the eye of a potential consumer. So that's the first thing. That's really important. I think the second thing is that Mariah rightfully mentioned, we know what are the most trending, most used, most popular platforms. Not only do we know that, but because we have offices in so many different countries, because we have access to these markets, having worked there, having had these relationships through 12, 13 years of agency relationships and student relationships and family relationships, we also have access to these platforms. Some of those platforms, specifically in places like Southeast Asia, are not available to US entities. So you're a US college, you want to be able to use a certain platform. No, not allowed to. We have access to that. So certainly a big benefit of making use of Cambridge's GCC, Global College Connect, is the fact that we have access to all of these specialized platforms and make sure that you can also have access through us. The final pillar in this 3-pronged pillar approach is email marketing. Mariah, when I hear email marketing, I'm like, right, so we're just sending out emails? Explain it to the listeners, please.
Yeah, a big part of email campaigns is having the right contact lists. And because we are Cambridge Network and we've been around since 2009 recruiting already, we have thousands of students who have gone through us through high school who are now college students. So they're either an undergrad or they're looking for their next steps in the graduate program. These are lists we already have. I mean, we've already built relationship. They trust us. They want to use our services because how successful it was for high school. So we have these already listed out with built in with relationship. So it is just another advantage to be using Cambridge to get these lists, for us to put our name out again to these people that already trust us for 4 years. It's an added bonus for sure.
Absolutely. I love to term it that we have a captive audience, right? So we have a group of students that are looking for that next step, as you mentioned, in college. We have them. They know us. They trust us. We have that relationship already, and we have those contacts. We're able to send, edited and really targeted email marketing campaigns out to these contact lists, in addition to other contact lists as well. So that's a super big, a big benefit of, the fact that Cambridge has this expertise, has 12 to 13 years of experience. The other contact list that I think sometimes is forgotten a little bit within Cambridge is over, the 12 to 13 years, we have over 1,000 agency relationships and agent relationships across Southeast Asia, but really across the world. Brazil, Spain are places where we also have agent relationships. So that adds to the contact list. That traditional route of students coming to the US using an agent in their home country is very much still alive. So how do we use that as Cambridge Network to be able to make sure that those agents know about your brand, know about your college? While we have this relationship, we have that contact list. So something like an email marketing campaign, sending out those emails, it's not falling on deaf ears. It's going to this very captive audience, which I think is so super important. The other thing that I quickly want to mention, and it seems like this is a good place to mention it because we are going through a couple of the benefits of, what sets Cambridge Network apart. I think those three pillars, the SEO, the digital marketing, the email campaigns and email marketing are very part and parcel of most marketing outreach campaigns that you would see and that would be presented to you. Not everybody has these contact lists. Not everybody has this expertise in the market. Not everybody has agency relationships. The other thing that we have at Cambridge Network is one of our sister brands, Knowledge Link KL. Through KL, we've set up over 14 schools across Southeast Asia that gives us access to thousands of students that are looking for the next step, that are looking to graduate those international schools and be able to come to the US for college. But we also employ and help mentor many of the deans, many of the teachers that are employed at those schools. So we have access not only to the group of students that are saying, I want to come to the US, but also their mentors in terms of academic deans, in terms of deans of schools and deans of colleges and campuses across Southeast Asia. So again, just that little bit of something extra that we can offer you at Global College Connect. Mariah, I don't know if you've been involved with KL or if there's something that you sort of want to add to that I've just said.
I haven't done too much with KL just because they run so smoothly and it's a great program and they're our sister company. But just to tie it back to relationship with that school, with all their schools and all their deans and their teachers, with digital, the world is digital marketing, right? But still, even with all that, you really can't beat relationship marketing. Like when you have someone in your life that you trust and they're mentoring you through it, and they have all these colleges that we're providing that they also trust, like that's the best marketing you can get. So not only do we have all these great things through digital marketing that of course we are reaching the people we haven't met yet, but we also still have the one-on-one man-to-man contact, which is super great.
Absolutely. Can you imagine as a college having the access to be able to do an info session to a couple of 100 students international that are looking to come to the US, which is what we offer through GCC. Nobody else is going to offer you that. That is a fact. So we have this captive audience. We're going to put you in front of them digitally. We're going to make sure that they know about you and that they can get that information from you. And hopefully you do a good job at presenting. And guess what? They're going to enroll at your college. So that's great news. I want to mention one final thing before we go on to just a quick section about how this benefits our current students. But I do want to mention as well, a big part of GCC planning from the very beginning was how do we help our schools and our colleges that we partner with see a little bit of a return in the short term. A lot of these contact lists that we've gone through, these agency relationships, student relationship, dean relationships, will help us see a little bit more of a return in the short term. Things like SEO are often a little bit more long-term focused. You start your search engine optimization, often 5-10 years down the road, you start seeing the results of that. But we have that ability to give you a little bit more of that short-term traction. We've also added in live events, something that's been super, super popular through our Cambridge Enhanced Marketing product, are these live events that are expertly done by our social media and marketing teams. And again, it's a live event done to a captive audience. So those live events are often places where schools and colleges are able to put their brand in front of an audience, and off the back of that get several leads, several applicants, and several enrollments. So that certainly is something where in the short term, you're going to see a little bit of a return on investment, not just having to worry about long term, which I know is a big factor. Mariah, we're running out of time. We make the promise that we're going to keep it short. Yes. I want to throw this back to you. How does GCC, which is a college focused and it's got to do more with colleges, how does it benefit our current students within our network that we know many of them are listening right now?
So it's such a good question, and it's been so exciting to think in the future for them, because right now Cambridge students have the connection to just be here and to pick what college they want to go to. Now we're including with colleges, it's just another level, another layer. They're going to be college students. They're looking for careers. Now they have another pool of career networking and talking to these colleges that they want to go to and getting these expertise on the different majors they want to do when they hit to grad school. So it just gives them another layer of support of people in that are experts at what they do, that they can trust and they can know. So like if I were a parent to these students, it's like, yeah, I want to buy into this because it's not only high school, it's college, and then it's post grad into that young professional life. They have so many people that are going to look out for them and mentor them through having this just longevity of connection.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So well explained. Mariah, any final thoughts? It's been a action-packed episode, but any final thoughts on Global College Connect?
No final thoughts, just excited to see where it takes off in the future and looking forward to come back and telling everyone how it is going and how it's just furthering our current students and our future students.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. We're super excited. It's already taken off with a bang, and we're seeing a lot of interest, and just, it is about providing schools with access that previously maybe seemed worlds away. The world has moved so digitally, and we're able to provide that access and make those connections. Global College Connect, GCC. If you want to find out more, check in with your Cambridge Network representative. Mariah will also add some details on our show notes, so if that's something you want to have a look at. To all of our listeners, we appreciate you guys listening. We've seen a huge increase in people showing interest in the podcast, which is great. We are out here. We're hoping to make your life easier by providing up-to-date information. So if you have any questions, shoot us a line, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Cambridge Insider Podcast. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the Cambridge Insider Podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to never miss an episode. For more Cambridge updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Have a great week and stay connected.